Dave Coldwell, thanks for your time today.
Nice, mate.
I've known you, I've sort of followed you for a long time. I know you were at the Ingle gym. I think I spoke about you with Brendan Ingle once. But these days you've established yourself as a trainer. Can you tell me what some of the biggest successes of your training career?
Oh, Tony Bellew winning the world title, beating McCarville for the world title at Goodison Park, beating David A a couple of times, Jamie McDonald beating Kameda for a world title out in America a couple of times, Gavin McDonald European, Ryan Rhodes European, Kell Brook British, Lerone Richards European. Had some great nights. Jordan Gill winning the Commonwealth title. Some really good nights. So yeah, I've been quite lucky to have worked with some really good fighters.
I sort of remember Lerone Richards when he first turned pro and he was with Brian Lawrence. I used to train with him at Pedro Club.
Right.
How long have you worked with him now, and what kind of progress have you seen in him?
18 months or so now, probably. Had a lot of progress. It's been good. It's been great work. This will be his third fight together. Obviously, he only had 2 fights last year with the pandemic and what have you. But yeah, it's been good. It's been very good.
Something I spoke about with Steve Wood earlier is obviously promoters get a lot of flack a lot of the time. My promoters this is that, but from obviously I know you've promoted yourself. What would you say? How difficult is it being a promoter? And a quick point I want to make: if you put me on the top table with Eddie Hearn, like, I'm a very chatty guy. Like, me and Eddie Hearn will be jokes. But most fighters, they just sit there, it's boring. And what I mean by that is they're not really ticket sellers and they're not willing to develop that side of themselves.
I think that's a bit harsh. Some fighters,
I don't mean in a rude way, yeah.
It's like human beings. Some people are quite open and chatty and are confident in letting their personality shine. Other people are just more introverted and quiet and just want to go about doing the business. I get what you're saying. The boxing business requires you to engage with your personality with other people, but some people just aren't comfortable in doing that. I don't think they do bad. I don't think press conferences, quite a few of them are quite chatty, but I know what you mean. It's quite generic, quite a lot of the time, but you do have characters that do bring themselves out a little bit.
Well, I don't mean it in a rude or arrogant sense, but what I'm trying to say is like what some of them don't sort of take into account is you've got to be able to sell tickets. You've got to get people talking about you. But
tickets help. Yeah. There are plenty of guys out there. Most guys that are there are selling tickets that are on these TV shows because they have to. Most of them are selling tickets, but that's to their friends and that's to people that they know. It doesn't necessarily, just because you can sell tickets, doesn't necessarily mean that you're comfortable in sitting on a press conference table when you've got loads of cameras pointing at you and speaking in front of a lot of people. Public speaking and like that takes quite a bit of practice. So a lot of them, it takes a bit of getting used to.
Of course,
it's very different just talking when it's one-on-one to talking in front of a lot of people.
Of course, and I understand it can be an awkward situation. Well, last question I ask you for today. As a promoter, I don't know if you're still promoting shows, but what would you say were some of the biggest challenges? I can assume finances.
Finances without TV backing, finances is just horrific. It's a nightmare. Steve Wood, Steffi Bull, a lot of promoters around the country. Without television, it's just very difficult. And trying to keep it going without the big backing, it's just so hard. It's a nightmare. It's very time consuming for what promoters actually get out. At that level, they don't get anything out. 9 times out of 10, they're losing.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Hopefully we talk in future, Dave.
Cheers, mate. Nice one.
Thanks for your time.